Hey, dog. Hey. Did you see that? Wait. Actually, you need to speak about this because this is actually like smart. Like this was.
Well, what's smart?
This was all like.
Oh,
Aye.
Hakimi.
Aye, like a hot man.
Yeah, ne?
I know he's young, but I like a hot man.
You.
Like,
So who
like,
would have thought of that? I didn't know actually that
Aye.
you can write things in your parents' name and then when the state views you, literally like you have
That
nothing
one.
type thing. It's crazy.
I wouldn't, personally.
You wouldn't?
I would, ne? But that will come maybe when I'm married. And I'm married young.
But you wouldn't, right?
But if I'm marrying someone at the age of 30 something, I'm my own man at that point. So I can't depend on my mom.
But you're right, you wouldn't, right?
Not never.
Because you don't trust anyone with your money.
Time to move.
I know that. I know
Money.
that. Yeah, I know
But guys, like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but let me explain if you don't know.
Yeah, just explain.
Yeah. So there's a football player called Hakimi. He's Moroccan. And he plays for PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, which is one of the richest teams in the world.
Yeah.
So he earns around over $1 million a month, a month. He earns over €1 million a month, and all that 80% of that money, or most of that money, goes to his mom. He put his money, like he put his estate in his mom's name.
Yeah.
So that being the case, he's married, and now the wife is filing for divorce. And when the wife is filing for divorce, now she's like, hey, me, I want your estate. Me, I want half of it. Because you're nothing without me. You know what the Bruce said? Let me show you who's something. Let me show you who I am. The Mao lady. So now, the mom has his property, she has everything of his. And now with the wife, you get to court and you're like, hey, guys, mina lo muntu lo nyamdivorce ngifuna imali yakhe court bayimtshela ukuthi baba akusey yakhe le.
But what was the cause of the divorce? I don't know what was the cause of
That's
the
actually a
divorce.
good question. Like,
Yeah.
people marrying young is also a very tricky situation. People, but also Moroccans is probably in the tradition to marry young. But I'm faz like otherwise.
Did you know in this situation?
Yeah.
Because since he's seen as broke, right? Is now the court would now see the wife as the
Gold digger.
or no, not a gold digger, but like as the, how do I say this? As the breadwinner.
Yeah.
So now the court is gonna start going, okay, he has claim over 50% of
Her
her
estate.
Now.
Because technically, broke, man.
Sure.
Wait, izinja matota. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you play the game. Like, guys, this is how you play the game.
But then guys won't do it.
Nah, niggas won't because niggas are stingy.
Yeah.
Asifuna ukugaya umuntu imali
No,
yethu.
they have trust issues. Niggas have
But
trust
also
issues.
I feel it.
Yeah,
You see that trust issue
yeah,
way.
because that's where it starts.
The trust issue way. Nah. But if you guys heard a voice that you're unfamiliar with, that was Rox. You've seen him before on one of our episodes. You know the boy. He's always pulling through for us. That was Rox. Thank you for that.
But yeah, okay, so to chop it up, right? So,
Yeah.
okay, sharp.
Let me introduce the show. Let me
introduce the show.
Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, we are gathered here today for Box to Box episode
Oh, yeah.
7. I think we're on episode 7 now. And we are grateful for you guys viewing. We are grateful for you guys joining us. And if this is your first time, you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to Box.
Woo!
Time to put your faith in your friends. Otherwise, Mr. Spoo, sizokuthenga nefe yayibona le thing. Sicela isponsor ye-Mofire, yabo. We need more fire. The show needs more fire. So, Grootman, please, man. I hope you see this. I hope you're great. Let's get straight into it.
So, okay. But the actual Hakimi story,
It's still heavy,
it's
bro.
crazy.
It's still heavy,
It's crazy.
dog.
But there are speculations that the wife was cheating. and the speculations also that the wife was a gold digger. So the situation was the wife wanted to grab the money and go with the boyfriend, allegedly.
Do you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Crazy? No one's mentioning this right now, but a couple of months ago, Hakimi was, he was a suspect on counts of rape. Actually, early in the year, there was
Crazy.
apparently he raped someone or there was some
Molested,
sort
yeah.
of sexual assault that happened.
Yeah.
So whether that is true or not, I don't know. But if maybe the wife is using that to get away from Hakimi, maybe that's the reason.
That's the
maybe
reason,
that's why
yeah.
it took so long. Maybe the
Yeah.
divorce has been planned for a while and now it's getting to the final stages. And
Yeah.
we're seeing it only now.
Yeah.
But other than that, it might be a case. It might be one of the reasons.
But also it shows that like us as basically creatives or people just in the media space, that we should be careful of who we get married to. Number one, we should be careful of the relationships that we encounter or have with other people, because people's intentions ain't pure these days, and that's what's really sad.
Hey,
Because
man.
hey man, like
Hey.
yo. Yeah,
you know how it gets.
Yeah, you know how it gets. But then yeah, dog, let's pick UCL, bro. UCL, dog. UCL.
Guys,
UCL, bro.
I told you guys, man. I think you will see. You go back on the episodes. I said between Man City and Bayern, one of those two teams, whoever wins there is gonna win, right? That's what my prediction was.
Yeah.
Is gonna win the whole thing. I want Napoli to win. Personally, I want Napoli to win.
But it won't.
But I think between Man City and Bayern, whoever wins that fixture is rightfully the best team in the whole competition.
Okay.
So, speaking of Man City and Bayern, Manchester City hosted Bayern Munich at the Stadium of Manchester, the Etihad. And I didn't watch the game, but it was...
Well, let me just give you a background of the game.
Yeah.
Tactically, I would say with Tuchel was outclassed, tactically speaking. But then you saw with the abilities of like the players.
Bayern players, they still have it.
They still have it. But the problem is that tactical wise, literally,
it was one of those
off.
games.
And I know why. The reason is because they were playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, and
It was Kimmich and who?
it was Kimmich and Koreska in the midfield.
Standard procedure.
Yeah, but the problem is Tuchel doesn't know how to play tactically with that formation.
Yeah, he plays back three.
Yeah, back three. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think he just played with the formation that he also was not comfortable with.
I think
You
he
know?
should have changed things. The problem
Yeah.
with Bayern, they don't have three centre backs. They have two, Upamecano and De Ligt.
Yeah, but then obviously,
Like quality centre backs.
but obviously there's Pavard, and then obviously you have Cancelo.
Yeah, then that's right and left wing backs.
Yeah, but then you can add Cancelo and right centre back. Then
Won't
the
work.
centre back can be Upamecano because he's quicker, and then De Ligt can be a left centre back, and
Won't
then
work.
on the flank you can have your Alphonse Davies.
Was Davis playing?
Yeah, he was.
So, okay, so if Davis was playing, if I were to play a back three with that
Yeah.
team, I'd actually play Kimmich as a centre back.
No, me I wouldn't.
I would. Do you know why?
Because he's the only creative or passer in the Bayern team.
He plays what Kimmich does, nah? He more or less plays those long balls that play to the wingers as well as those midfield and defense splitting passes.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
it's not like I'm changing the way we use his ability. It's just that he's going to be part of the back three when we have the ball, or maybe even if we don't have the ball. If we don't have the ball, he's more or less in the midfield because that's where he thrives from. But if we have the ball, he's going to be part of the back three. And in front of him, I'll put Goretzka, Mola, and then I'll put Musiala as a 10. Because if you can have those four players, Kimmich, Musiala, Goretzka, and Mola playing in one team, that is experience plus youth that can carry a team to Champions League glory.
But then let's go back to the game. So let me tell you.
Yeah.
So in the game where Bayern was lacking mostly is that they were isolating their wingers. So that's what they were doing. So Sane ended up finding himself now in the midfield. Coman ended up finding himself in the midfield.
Mm-hmm.
And Gnabry was the striker in that match. So
Yeah, they also need to work
Yeah.
on finding a striker.
yeah,
they
obviously
need to-
Choupo-Moting is injured, and
Yeah, he's not world class.
but he's their best striker. Yeah,
He's been holding it down, but
yeah.
he's not world class. I think he's holding it down because
Yeah.
of people around him.
Yeah,
I think that's why.
And then obviously Musiala was the
10.
cam.
Yeah, and
yeah.
that's standard.
yeah.
He's the one that's pinching Mola, actually, if Mola pinches.
So the thing is, when you isolate your Sane as well as your
Coman.
Gnabry, or your Coman, they can't get the ball to them, and that's how they play. They play with flanks, and then that's how they terrorize them. They used Bernardo on the flanks so
Okay.
they used Gnabry on the flanks as well as on the left hand side. Obviously, it was Grealish, and then in the center, right, there was Gundogan as well as De Bruyne playing with Rodri.
Okay.
And then obviously in the striker, who's striking? Obviously Haaland. But then they won most of the battles,
In the midfield.
De Bruyne and Gundogan, and as well as Bernardo Silva.
I think we also have to talk about Bernardo Silva, like his role in Man City, especially this season. Because I saw this other video where he actually explains his role. He's like, he's the only attacking defender. That's what
Yeah.
he calls his role in
Yeah.
Man City.
The most versatile player in the Manchester City team is Bernardo Silva. Like, what he offers to that team is more than what... Personally, I don't think someone offers more because of goals and assists. So let me start off by saying that so you understand why I say Bernardo Silva, for me, personally offers more for the
Yeah.
Man City team than De Bruyne does. Personally.
Yeah.
Because his work off of the ball is also incredible.
Yeah, so what happened was De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva were they were flooding Alphonse Davies. So Alphonse Davies had too much
Yeah,
pressure on him,
'cause
so he couldn't overlap.
Yeah,
That's how
and
they
De
killed
Bruyne
him.
works best
So, yeah.
on the right half, like a right half
Yes.
spaces. Yeah.
So that's how literally they won the game,
Makes sense.
because all goals came through that.
through pressure, through
Through offloading, overloading the
the
fullbacks.
flanks. That makes sense because with De Bruyne, what he does is he's a midfield player, but his ability to give across from the right half spaces, so more or less not on the right hand side,
Yeah.
not by the wing, but just outside the box.
Yeah.
Those space, like that whole space outside the box, that's where he thrives, and
Yeah.
that's where he gives off the best passes. So it makes sense to say that they were overloaded on the flanks. 'Cause
Yeah, they
also
were overloaded. Yeah.
with Man City,
Yeah.
they've got a new. Hey, they've been moving dope. Because me personally, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I think it's about time that Pep finally does this. Pep is starting to play a back three. He's starting to work around playing three defenders at the back, which is
So yeah,
it's
he
Kyle
plays a
Walker,
3-2.
Ruben Diaz. It's 3-4-3, but
No, it's
um,
3-2. It's 3-2.
no, 3-4-3.
It's 3-2-3-1.
It's 3-4-3. Can I explain why
Okay,
it's
okay,
3-4-3?
yeah.
So now with the back three, it's obviously Kyle Walker on the right. In the middle, it's Ruben Diaz, and it's Ake on the left.
Yeah.
And then in front of them, which is the two that you're speaking about,
Stones
it's
and
Stones and Rodri. So what Stones does is, at some point, if it will allow Ake, because Ake has the ability to be a left back, as well as Kyle Walker. They also have ability to be he has ability to be a right back. So it will allow Stones
Akanji.
to move, or
Akanji,
Akanji.
yeah, Akanji.
It will allow Stones to
He's
move
brilliant.
inside from the midfield.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Into the back three. So, personally, I think the way Pep is moving with this team, it allows more or less everyone to be at their best. Be it Stones, be it Ruben Diaz, be it Akanji, be it Ake. Because if we're looking at it, personally, I think Ake has been one of the best players in the season.
In the
You
City
guys,
team.
yeah, in like Premier League entirely, and you guys saw the episode where I did my Premier League team of the season so far. Ake is in the Premier League team of the season, and in my opinion, I think he's been one of the best centre backs this season. But it's good to see Pep trying new ideas, because I think this is what
No, Pep played that formation when he was coaching Bayern Munich.
back three.
Yeah.
Never.
That's how they were playing. Trust
For
me.
Bayern to play 4-2-3-1 with Kimmich is because of Pep Guardiola.
No, it's because of Ancelotti.
Fact check.
It's for check. Fact check.
For Kimmich to be Kimmich, For Kimmich to be Kimmich and for
Yeah,
us
it's
to know
Pep,
Kimmich
it's
is
Pep
because of
Guardiola.
Pep.
Yeah, but
And
then
Pep
they were
played
playing
him-
that way. You see Stone's position. That was Kimmich. You see where
No,
Stones is?
Rodri is Kimmich.
No.
Wait, Rodri is Kimmich.
Rodri's Martinez.
Kimmich is a 6 as well. He used to play right back, but he's a 6.
Yeah, that's my point. Rodri.
Rodri is
Is
6.
Yavi Martinez. You know Yavi Martinez,
I
right?
remember him,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where he was playing.
No, but you're not hearing me. You're telling me. You're literally telling me Kimmich is Javi Martinez. And then
No, no, I'm-
okay, you're telling me Rodri is Javi Martinez.
Yeah.
Right? And you're telling me that Kimmich is Stones.
Yeah.
Stones is his ability. Yes, he's playing as a
They're
six.
not obviously the same player, but the way they are playing,
You know Javi
the way
Martinez-
the way they are instructed,
You know, Javi
it's
Martinez
pretty much the
resonates more
same.
with John Stones. Because Javi Martinez actually played centre back for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I get
So
that.
there's no
but in terms of instructions,
correlation.
but in terms of instructions,
On the field.
yeah, because of like Kimmich was the one that always used to track back and fall under the back four as a right back, right? And then Javi Martinez used to go forward. But then at times
Javi Martinez, Javi Martinez
he
was a
used
six.
he used to go on cross, yeah.
Why? Yeah, so hi guys. Kuzoba ne-load shedding soon, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do things like we're gonna have to kind of rush.
Rush,
but
yeah.
we're obviously discussing Man City and Bayern. We'll still get into that because there's a lot to discuss.
Yeah.
But
who do you think will win the second leg? Sorry to disturb you.
the second leg is gonna
Yeah.
be tricky because they're going to Allianz Arena, which is one of the like. Yeah,
So I
see?
guess you guys know.
You know.
I guess you guys know.
You don't just come and
Yeah,
win, so it's
yeah,
gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I'm excited because
Uh-huh.
Tuchel after the match was still kind of proud of his team's performance. So it's a thing of
No, me, I wouldn't be proud of such a performance, but yeah, it's
like
too
you
cool.
said,
Yeah.
they were outclassed, but it's not like
Yeah.
they were bad. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
he's
yeah.
more or less seeing that I know
Tactically
Man City,
was
I
good.
know Man City were the better team. Like he's
No,
seeing it like that, like Man City are very sharpy, but we're still not a bad team. We can still come back. You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah,
But
obviously,
fair with
yeah.
me, I like the Allianz Arena, and I know they're probably gonna put in a performance, but I think
Yeah.
City have done the job.
No?
Yeah, I think I know they're winning it.
But the problem
I hate
is,
seeing this. Oh.
but the problem is, and that's where the loopholes are
Mm.
in City. City's loopholes are in the flanks, and the problem is that with coaches, they always tell their wing backs or their right back or full backs to stay back. They don't tell them to overflood the wings of
But
City play.
modern day football has changed because modern day football allows a lot of the fullbacks to push up, and that's why people like Alexander Arnold, Robertson, they've been excelling.
Yeah.
So-
And that's how Liverpool actually beat City.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
'Cause of
But
that.
but then if you're gonna allow City the ball in the flanks, come on, you also allowing De Bruyne to literally give
Like,
Haaland the
yeah,
ball.
Literally, like you're giving it.
You
Aye,
understand?
you're like one more car, yeah. But hey, let's
Yeah.
make sure the facts are before we move forward.
City.
Mr. Ghostway,
Oh, yeah.
more music.
So I've got like the top 5 formation that he used to use when he was in Bayern. The first one is, take a guess,
4-2-3-1
4-3-3.
makes sense.
And then the second one is 4-2-3-1.
Makes sense.
The third one is 4-2-2-2.
Makes sense.
Fourth, 4-1,
Wait, back
4-1. And then
Back 4.
number 5 is 4-1-2-1-2.
You see that 4-1? Martinez was that one. You see that one?
And then I
Martinez.
just have to point that there was a time when Pep used unusual formation, which was the 2-3-5.
Yeah, which is what he uses now. So
Yeah.
let me explain that 2-3-5 actually. How he uses. No, you're wrong.
Am I wrong?
And none of those was the back 3 because even with the 2-3-5, it's still not a back 3. It's actually a back 4. And I'm explaining it now. So what happens is the 2 is the center backs and the 3 in front is the full backs and Rodri, the 6. And then the
But
5.
not Rodri, it's Kimmich.
No, we're talking about example of Man City.
Oh,
And how,
okay.
Anish, I'm saying that the 2-3-5 he uses it now even. Like he used it just before he started using the back 3, like recently this season. So how it works is it's more or less a 2-3-2-3, but it's actually a 2-3-5. So how it's a 2-3-5 is the two center backs at the back. When they're in possession of the ball, the two center backs at the back, the three in front is Rodri and the two full backs. So that's why the inverted fullback thing works. Kyle Walker and Cancelo, they inverted because of their ability in the mid. So what he does is because he brings the inverted fullbacks in the midfield, it allows midfield dominance as well as it allows them to counter press better. And then the 5 up front is the two number 8s, which is Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, and as well as Kevin De Bruyne, whichever one of the two is playing. And then the front 3, Haaland, Mahrez, Grealish, Foden, whoever's playing. So that's how the 2-3-5 comes about.
Okay.
So with the 5 up front, it allows them to literally overload, whether it's the flanks or it's even the box. It allows them to overload because now you have De Bruyne. De Bruyne, that's why I mentioned the right half spaces because he works well in the right half spaces. So that's why he's part of the back 5. I mean the front 5. So that's how the 2-3-5. And even the 2-3-5 off the ball, the defenders move back and it's a back 4. And with Pep, he defends. There was a time he was defending with the 4-4-2. And it would be De Bruyne and Haaland, or De Bruyne and Gabriel Jesus. It was more or less Jesus times. Jesus and De Bruyne would be the front 2, pressing. Because De Bruyne,
But he still does that even now.
yeah, De Bruyne still is one of the first pressers of the ball. Because he's a good presser, like, man. So that's how the 2-3-5 works. But back 3, like, it's the first time, like, he actually, like, uses it. Because he's got his inspiration from Johan Cruyff, who is former Ajax as well as Barcelona player and manager, who, you see how Barca is playing right now, this tiki-taka style. He created the tiki-taka style, Johan Cruyff. And that's where Pep Guardiola gets his inspiration from. Because Johan Cruyff also uses a 3-4-3, which is, tiki-taka is all, like, we'll explain it one day, probably with the tactical show.
But time is not on
But
our
time is
case.
not on our
But then
side.
let's speak about
other fixtures.
Real Madrid, Chelsea real quick.
Obviously, they
It's a
beat
walkover.
Chelsea 2-0. They were at Santiago, ne?
Yeah.
They were at Santiago. I think what's crazy is that when it comes to English teams, you never know what can happen at their home ground.
But the thing is, when
never know.
when I looked at the game, Chelsea were just hanging on.
Yeah, they look like they're a struggling team.
They
'Cause I saw
are a
this
struggling
weekend
team.
against even Brighton. Like, they look like a struggling. It's bad. Like,
It's bad.
Like, I don't know what's gonna, like, I don't know where, like, what's the problem? The players or the coach? Because now you've got a new coach. But the thing is, now I don't trust Frank. So maybe Frank is the problem. But Chelsea next season, if you guys want to do something and you want to do something big to cover this mess that you guys put yourselves in this season, you need to get Luis Enrique, and there's no one else.
Now, obviously, right now they're just like having interviews. I don't understand how is that going about. Like, I just,
So what's
it just
happening
doesn't
is-
make sense for me.
It's the best for me, personally. I think they did things the right way. So they got an interim manager. I don't believe in the manager that they got, but I do believe in how they did things. So I think with Chelsea, you're at a point where you are so bad that you don't know what's going on. Because the hierarchy, they don't know what's going on. They don't know football. Todd Boehly does not know football. And we cannot see that.
Top bully.
Yeah, whatever his name is. He doesn't know football. Like, Todd, you don't know football.
Yeah.
So I think it was the right move to make in terms of finding more or less an interim manager to survive and do, like, because there's nothing else they can do. They're not playing Europe next season.
Yeah.
I don't think Chelsea can make Europe next.
We
So
won't.
we pretty much survive, hold things down, and then next season will come in. So Frank Lampard is not the guy to come in interim, and as well as he's not the guy to be running a team like Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
He's not that guy. So I think they could have gotten a better interim manager.
Yeah.
But I think that
Like
next-
Brendan Rodgers.
they could have. Now the thing is with Rodgers, also they could have actually gotten
Yeah.
Brendan, because I wouldn't. It's better
Yeah.
than Frank Lampard. I
Yeah.
think Rodgers is better than Frank Lampard.
I mean, he held Liverpool quite well during his
Yeah, I
time.
think he actually almost won the league. The time
Yeah.
Liverpool almost won the league was him.
Yeah.
So it's a thing of now with Chelsea, Luis Enrique. I'm seeing Luis Enrique as the best option for you guys, personally, because I've seen what he did at Barca. Being a Barca fan, I saw what he did firsthand. For MSN to be MSN is because of him. And that guy won the treble in his first season at Barca. Like, that's not anyone just does that. Though. Like, not just anyone. So, and what he was doing with Spain before he left the job, I think it was a good job. I just don't think Spain has the quality players that they used to back in the day.
Yeah.
But I think that he was actually doing a decent job. He did the best he could with this team. Because the Spanish team is disappointing. The national team, it's bad, bro. Personally, I don't think they are worthy of.
They don't
World
have
Cup.
they don't even have a striker.
Yeah, like Morata's inconsistent, bro.
Like he's bad. He's not even a striker. Is there a striker?
Yeah.
Who is he?
Hey man, Morata who?
Aye.
Morata away.
Nah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
other fixtures. Hey, you say you predicted AC Milan would beat Napoli and they
told
went on
you.
to beat them.
I
But
told
we knew, like San Siro, like you knew, because Mayfair, I was vouching for Napoli because I think they're the best
Yeah.
team in Europe.
Yeah.
But
And they're
aye,
gonna
that
beat
San
them
Siro-
again.
Aye, that San Siro is dangerous.
Besides San Siro, they're gonna beat
Aye.
them again. You know why? Ne?
And Napoli just drew this weekend. What's going on, Napoli? What's going on?
No, the thing is, the way they used to play, it's similar to the way Liverpool plays. Like they play with counter.
Yeah, they
counter
they
pressing.
play that
yeah,
fast pace, the counter pressing game. Yeah.
Counter pressing game. So now, obviously, it's simple. In order for you to stop a counter pressing game, you just have to stop the supply. Simple as that. You have to isolate the wingers. Simple as that. That's
how do you
stop
stop a
it.
supply of a team that pretty much everyone is a supplier? Because
Yeah.
Napoli, if you think about it, there's not a player you can say, this is the playmaker in the team. It's more or less a team of.
Nah, there
Funny.
is.
The closest thing to their playmaker is Kvaratskhelia,
Yeah,
and he's a winger.
and besides him, who's this guy? Ooh, I'm
There's
forgetting his-
Zelensky, there's Lobotka, there's Anguissa, who's more or less a holding player. There's Ndombele.
Milinkovic-Savic.
He's at Lazio.
Oh, he's at Lazio.
Yeah, he's at Lazio. That's not a bad signing to make. Like, if anyone wants to sign Milinkovic Savic, it's not a bad signing to make.
yeah.
I think it should be like, it's time for him to go to the next level. As well as Ish, but Immobile, it's I think more or less his age.
Yeah.
But other than that, Benfica lost to Inter Milan, which is a crazy result.
Nah, for me, it's not a crazy result. I mean,
Yeah, you also did say Inter.
yeah.
I personally, I didn't see Benfica losing to Inter.
The thing is, you can play beautiful football, but then you have to play a winning strategic football. You understand? And also experience counts.
But I think the Inter game was more kicking a dog while it's down because Benfica had just lost to Porto just before that game. So it's more or less maybe their energy was off or maybe something was just off. But I think there's gonna be an interesting second leg between those two teams. Other than that, we also have there's Man City, there was Bayern, there were Man City and Bayern, Real Madrid, Chelsea, we got through that. We got through Inter, we got through Benfica. And so pretty much we've wrapped up
Everything.
UCL.
Yeah, everything. But
Predictions for those games. Personally,
Madrid 2-0,
Madrid
Chelsea.
another win. City, aye.
City draw.
Yeah, probably a draw.
Draw
Or
with
maybe
Bayern.
A 1-0 or 2-1 Bayern win. Something like close. Something
AC
close.
Milan, another win, 2-0.
Hey, I'm seeing a Napoli
Inter
win.
Milan, 1-0 win.
I'm seeing Napoli win. And then Inter Milan. I think Inter Milan at the San Siro is going to be... It's going to be... no. I think Benfica should have won at home. Because now at the San Siro, it's a different thing. We also had Europa League results. We don't mention that often, but my team is in it, so I have to mention it. United, fucking disappointing. 2-2 draw against Sevilla, which personally shouldn't have happened. Sevilla scored 2 own goals. And we scored all 4 of the goals. Maguire, get off my team. Maguire, leave my team.
No, but it was a mistake, guys. So guys, don't mind. It will be dark soon.
Yeah, soon as
Welcome to South Africa.
when it's dark, that's when we're gonna say, "Kai." That's when we're gonna be shy.
Yeah, we're gonna be dark soon. Yeah, but yeah.
Juventus had a 1-0 win. Roma lost 1-0 to Feyenoord, and then Bayer Leverkusen drew 1-1 with Union Saint-Gilloise. So it's gonna be interesting for all second legs when it comes to the Europa League because it's more or less close games. All of the games were more or less close games, and the teams that won in the first fixture were playing at home. So the away fixtures, we're gonna see what happens.
But you guys had that game. I think
we could have won 4-5-0.
I think you lost.
First half.
I think you lost that game because of discipline. That's all. In the midfield.
I don't think we're clinical enough.
Nah, besides being clinical, also.
By the time Bruno left, we could have already been 4-0 up, and that's when we could chill. Done. Close the game.
Yeah.
The problem was we weren't clinical.
Nah, also
And then
discipline.
and now that we weren't clinical, why are you guys blaming Vercoast? You can't blame Vercoast now because you are blaming Vercoast. We're not winning games, not scoring. Okay, Sharp. What now? What now? Yeah, the game management was
yeah,
bad.
that's what I'm saying.
The game
Discipline. But besides anything, like when I look at the discipline of the wing backs as well as in the midfield, the full backs as well as the midfield, it was a bit tricky after Fernandez went off.
Yeah, when Fernandez went off, you could see that midfield was just all over the place.
Yeah.
I think they should have kept Fernandez and Eriksen. They shouldn't have taken out one and put in the other. I think those two could have worked out together with McTominay in the form that is. Well, Casemiro was playing and was playing wow.
Yeah, he was playing well, yeah.
If you put McTominay next to Casemiro and you play Eriksen and Bruno in front of them, you're allowing Eriksen and Bruno to do their job and you're allowing McTominay and Casemiro to protect the back four. Because we had just lost Varane at half time. And now we've lost Martinez for the rest of the season. He's gone, he's out.
He's out.
So, bro, I tricky now. But I still think we can get a result in Seville.
You guys have to get a result.
Because we're the better
man.
team. One thing I can tell you, Sevilla aren't better than us.
Yeah, obviously.
Despite the 2-2, they are not better than us.
Yeah, and you know what's
We have
sad?
played them.
And you know what's sad is that Sevilla has experience in winning
it's
the
football.
Pro.
And you know that Europa League, hey, dog, it has magic. Like, when it comes to Sevilla, it's like when they are in it, they have to win it.
Yeah.
And they've got the most titles with 6. They've got 6 Europa League titles. So I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I hope.
El Nasir.
To me,
Nasir.
and he didn't start. I think that's
Come
also
on, guys.
He
Come
didn't
on,
start.
guys. Yeah.
So
we told you.
we told y'all. Y'all can see it's dark. Y'all can see things are not looking light. But if we're not looking that great, still hear us, listen to what we're saying, because I think we still have a few important things to say.
Yeah, like?
My phone went off. I was gonna
Oh yeah.
show you a few things.
Oh yeah.
But there's something that I saw. Did you know that the last...
Okay, one thing that I just want to mention. Stellenbosch Shai Sundowns.
Yes!
I think since they won the league, bro, they haven't been
They've been
performing
off.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
dog.
they think the job is
And
done.
it's
They
scary
think the
because
job is
now
done.
I don't think they'll perform in the Champions League too, dog.
Whoa, and
Because
hey.
and
And that one, there's
it's
no
not looking
time
good.
for not to be good. They
And
have to
it's
be good.
also not looking good for Rulani because this is the time where he actually has to show that he's really that guy.
He's that guy.
Because
Hey.
come on,
I
dog.
timber him, Fed.
I do, but
timber.
this is actually the crucial time where he
He
has
needs
to show everyone that
he has to win everything.
yeah,
now.
dog, yeah,
Because you have
and keep it
everything.
until consistent, dog, until the season ends.
Shit.
But guys, come on. Give props to Stellenbosch and I mean those kids because it's a young team and they're so energetic, they're so fearless, boy.
That's
they're
where-
so quick.
That's where
They're
Marte is from, or was Dupree.
Yeah, Dupree, yeah.
Dupree,
They're
so
so
Dupree
quick.
from-
They're so quick. Reynes is there, unbelievable player, exceptional.
What was the score, guys?
It was 2-1.
Oh, Dankos Telis.
And then Pirates almost got beaten
Hey,
by
hey,
Dondal.
I was hearing that after
Almost
my
got
match
beaten by
yesterday,
Dondal.
yeah.
Like, come on,
I was
guys.
hearing it
Come
on the
on,
radio,
guys.
right? It was-
Come on, yeah, it was bad. But then, yeah, man, for sure this episode is gonna drop when? Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday?
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, Wednesday,
so
Thursday. So, yeah, guys.
Chiefs is playing at 3 o'clock, so I hope they win.
6.
6. So I hope Chiefs.
No,
can
I
get the
hope
result.
loses.
Yeah, Pirates fans. So if by the looks of it, it's gonna be Pirates, Stellenbosch, hopefully Chiefs. And then the other teams are playing is Kukune Nu. I think it's Kukune and. Hi guys, I'm sorry. We're gonna need the facts. Yeah, so it's Kukune. I think it's Kukune and it's not Galans. Galans won it a couple of years ago. Yeah, but they're not in. But either way, it's looking like if Pirates and Chiefs don't play each other in the semifinals, it's more or less looking like Soweto Tabi final for the Nedbank Cup. If Chiefs can do the job, because I think I can trust. Yeah, you see there, if Nedbank Cup, guys, if the Nedbank Cup final, if Chiefs versus Pirates, and they are playing in Jersey. Trust us to be there. Trust us. Yeah, if they take it to Durban,
But
they
you
are,
can check it now. I think they already set the stadium.
Yeah, network.
Oh, load shedding network is gone.
Ah,
So
it's
hey
gone.
man.
So yeah, if they're at FNB Stadium
yeah.
or Orlando, trust Box to Box to be there. The crew will be there. We'll be working.
You know, period.
You know, Sifiso Dlamini, period, Sifiso Dlamini. Yeah, man, the host with the most. We thank you for joining us yet again. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. We appreciate you guys viewing. Share this with anyone that you know that loves football. You know, you never know if they might eventually fall in love with this show. Because I've fallen in love with the show. I've fallen in love with producing the show. I've fallen in love with working with my team. So, hey, man,
Yeah.
we thank you. We out.